scholastical versus faculty events, and just going over a few rules here. Each match is going to start with a toss-up question. And I'll say this is a toss-up for him. A toss-up, you cannot speak with your group members. You must ring in. If you go to buzz or you go to ring in and nothing happens, just say buzz, and we'll count that as a ring. Sometimes, I don't know, short circuit or something. So please don't blurt out. So sometimes you think you ring in, somebody else did, you shout the answer out, you don't get the point, it goes to the other team. So let's make sure we don't blurt. So we will start with toss-ups here. You will have 10 seconds to answer. If you ring in before I finish reading the question, then you only get to go with what I give you. I don't finish the question. There's 10 seconds to answer. So you ring in, you got the 10 seconds. After I finish the question, 10 seconds. When we have time's up, then we move on to the next question if it hasn't been answered. And here we go. Toss-ups number 1. We need to introduce, thank you, yeah. You want to go ahead and start us off, make sure the buzzer's working.
I'm Thomas Strohmeyer from Roxana High School. Our sponsor is Mike Ferrari. My teammates will introduce themselves from my left to my right.
I'm Aiden Menendez.
Joshua Gilbert.
Good Jordan.
All right.
That's it. That's it.
I'm Mrs. Griggs. I'm Sylvia. I'm Miss Stone.
From the Roxana faculty champion team.
I'm Miss Smith.
That's all we need. Okay, toss-up 1. The most widely accepted theory of this object's formation involves a collision with a Mars-sized object named Theia. Along with the Sun, this object is responsible for Earth's tides. No. So now we'll move to bonus questions. If a toss-up is answered correctly, there'll be a series of 3 bonus questions. The bonus questions go to the team that won the toss-up first. Each question, if they do not get it correct, will then go over to the other team. You will have 3 seconds on the rebound, so they have 10 seconds. If they don't use all 10, you still only get 3 seconds on that rebound. You guys can talk amongst each other during the bonus questions, but you need to make sure that you're not too loud because I may misconstrue that as an answer. So make sure. All right, here we go.
Only have 3 questions after they get it wrong to steal. Is that what?
Yeah, so you can steal, but they always, because they won the toss-up, they get the first. Yeah, for all 3 of them. Okay, does that make sense, guys? All right. Okay, these are worth 10 points as well. All right. Bonus. This poet wrote the Ars Amatoria, or the Art of Love. For 10 points each, name this Roman poet who is best known for his narrative poem, Metamorphosis.
I know this.
Shakespeare.
Is incorrect.
Ovid.
Is correct.
I knew that too. Name.
That's what I was trying to take.
The champion.
Here we go. The champion is on the board. Here we go. If the rest of you guys want to go and have some snacks, I can change. Bonus 2. Another Roman poet, Horace, wrote many of these poems. Friedrich Schiller wrote one of these poems, To Joy, which was set to music by Beethoven.
Opera.
It's incorrect.
What, Ode to Joy?
Wrong. Time. I'll defer to you. What do you think?
I would have said Ode to Joy. That's
Okay.
not right.
Yeah, we'll accept it. We'll accept it. It's odes, but
That's what I was thinking. Plural.
It said
Oh,
odes,
like
yeah.
the type poem. That's why I was
The
like,
title of
okay.
it's Ode to Joy.
Right.
Because it's Beethoven, Ode to Joy.
Okay. Here we go. Third bonus. Did you say Ovid or Ovid?
I said
Ovid. Okay. Ovid and Horace wrote in this language, which was spoken in the Roman Empire. This language's phrase, carpe diem, roughly translates as seize the day. Latin is correct.
Okay, so
we're
we're
tied.
each
So we're tied.
Each is 10 points. So right now it's a tie
Let us
game.
know.
It's 20.
reset.
No, we don't want that again. Yeah. We don't want 20.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, wait,
It's not 20.
Erase
2020 for 2 years.
I mean,
Yeah,
technically,
you'll
it's
erase,
20.
and now you'll just
Get
do
it?
20.
Because it also is.
So take out the
it's
10,
oh my
three,
God.
one.
Three.
And then for the teachers, like 20 as well. And
I could have sworn Minecraft gave my definition.
And yeah, just go ahead and put the X's.
No, Thomas, don't switch me.
You got it right. You got it right. I just.
I'm sorry, AJ. I want the
Okay,
answers correct though.
here we go. Toss up number 2. Buzzer's ready. This novel and Native Son were criticized by James Baldwin in his essay, Everybody's Protest Novel. Abraham Lincoln called the author of this novel the little lady who started this great war because of its perceived effect on the abolition movement. A long-suffering slave dutifully serves his master. Nonetheless, for 10 points, what was the novel written by Harriet
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
is correct.
Dang it! I heard of the novel before.
Green eggs and ham.
I didn't know the author.
Green eggs
The bonus. We'll go to faculty here and start out with. All right, so bonus here is answer some questions about the myelin sheath for 10 points each. The myelin sheath covers some cells in this body system, which includes the brain, spinal cord, and its namesake structures, which...
Nervous
Are you still talking? The nervous system is correct.
Dang it.
It's because
We're doomed.
this is your question. You can wait till
You don't have to
finish the
buzz.
whole thing, and then you guys can
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah, you can talk about it. You don't have to.
You
There's
don't
no...
like buzz.
It's just like
super excited.
by not letting him do the full cards, you just flex on us.
My heart is like, I'm so pumped right now, you guys. Like, I can't even.
The champion over there.
I know.
Bonus number 2. The myelin sheath covers this part of a nerve cell. Each nerve cell has one of these long protrusions which carries electrical impulses along with many dendrites.
Is it the axon?
Is correct.
Champions.
You guys are allowed. You
Champions.
guys are allowed to talk. Everyone's saying.
Yeah,
We
you
didn't
got
need
it.
it.
You didn't
She
know.
got it.
I
was like, neuron.
Like,
I was
here's-
gonna say biology to dinner.
I feel like this is rigged.
Science. What is
Bonus
this?
3. In this medical condition, the myelin sheath is degraded, inhibiting neurological function. It is typically divided into progressive and relapsing remitting types. Prompt
Alzheimer's?
is incorrect. Rebound
Dementia.
is incorrect. It is multiple sclerosis.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm not good at this.
Scroll.
I would have not got it.
I can't even say the word.
Reset.
If anything, you can just, shut down, because that's better than you doing that. Just leave one for a second. Okay, here we go. Toss up number 3, buzzer's ready. The Teapot Dome scandal involved the secret leasing of land containing this resource. An organization of nations that exports this resource, formed in 1960, is called OPEC. The Deepwater Horizon rig spilled this resource.
Oil.
Is correct.
No, I
I knew what Deepwater Horizon was. I'm just like,
Teapot scandal is where I had me. I just wanted to make sure. It was the resource or it was the nation.
And I heard the rig.
Make sure that
It's open water.
Here we go,
Oh, I
guys.
know.
Bonus. Bonus. Answer the following questions about analytic geometry. Sorry, guys.
Why?
For 10 points, analytic geometry uses the coordinate plane, which is centered at this point. This point is the intersection of the x and y axes and has coordinates 0, 0.
The origin.
It's correct.
If you would not said that.
If you would have not gotten that.
Bonus 2. Pick's theorem states that for a polygon on a coordinate plane, this quantity is equal to the number of lattice points contained inside the polygon, plus half the number of lattice points on the boundary. For an ellipse, this quantity is equal to pi times the product of the semi-major and semi-minor axis. The degree is incorrect. Rebound.
I had that more.
Answer,
She might go.
time, area.
Oh, I knew that.
I was
half
half
of
of
the
the
college.
I didn't think it. I got you and now that.
Last bonus, here we go. The plane can also be described using the coordinate system, which describes points in terms of a radius r and an angle theta. Graphing circles in this coordinate system involves setting the radius to a constant.
Unicircle.
Is incorrect. Rebound.
Polar coordinate.
Is correct.
Oh, okay.
Champions.
So we have.
We've already done so much better than I thought we would.
I'm gonna
Teacher
join them.
60, students 40.
You're in question 4, right?
Yeah.
AJ, were you up?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
3? I don't know about that.
I can count. I'll count. I'm counting.
Okay, we got it. We're good.
There's no more lemonade.
Take a break for a second.
It's fine, it's fine.
AJ's jumping in.
Reed, I'm stealing your spot.
AJ, no!
Okay.
It's not my choice.
Here we go.
And you.
Let's go get some of the
Toss up number 4. Buzzer's ready. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. Okay. Online LGBT plus communities often refer to newly realized trans people as these objects. An outline of one of these objects was the default Twitter profile picture until 2017. Kylie Jenner smashed one of these objects after a photo of one of them became the most liked post on Instagram. Hidden
An egg?
is correct.
They made that such a oh my gosh, that was such a funny thing. Everybody had their profile pictures. Yay!
And they got like the most like.
I forgot about
Here we go. Bonus. Answer some questions about Andy Warhol for 10 points each. Warhol created a diptych of this actress using silkscreen printings. She was married to Joe DiMaggio and often appeared as a blonde bombshell in movies like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Marilyn Monroe.
Is correct. Bonus 2. Warhol created 32 prints of these objects with titles like chicken and tomato.
Camel suitcase.
Is correct. Third bonus. Warhol also created a series of paintings of the Mercedes-Benz type of these things. He was also commissioned to paint examples of these things manufactured by BMW and Daimler.
Automobile cars.
Is correct.
AJ, get out of my seat.
I'm
mad. I'm mad because the second I get up, there's a question I knew.
I saw you
That's
do
how
it.
it works.
The second I get up.
You know, that's how it works. You You're right. Yeah.
I saw him say, I saw him.
Reed, let him sit there for 3 questions and then switch again.
Why'd I get up?
All right, here we go.
watching all these questions.
Toss up. Buzzer's ready. This ruler commissioned the construction of St. Basil's Cathedral to celebrate the capture of Kazan. This man created the Oprichniki secret police, which he used to sack the city of Novgorod and purge the Russian nobility. The chosen council appointed this man as the first Tsar of Russia. For 10 points, name this 16th century monarch, popularly named for his brutality.
Vladimir Taylor?
Is incorrect. No, they have the full remaining 10 seconds.
Alexander.
Is incorrect.
It
All right. It is Ivan.
Ivan's a bloody.
Darn it.
Was it Ivan? What was the answer? Ivan the Player.
Ivan the Terrible.
I almost said rap.
Oh my
Ivan the
god.
Terrible.
I'm so mad. Oh, please, I know.
Oh my god, I'm sorry,
AJ, blame you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Let her sit down for a couple minutes, like, go.
Gilbert, you wanna grab
Let her
You
do
can't
like
replace
four or
me.
five, and we'll
My
say,
historical
"Yeah,
knowledge,
somebody else
big
back out."
brain.
Toss up 6. Buzzer's ready. The basal problem deals with the sum of the reciprocals of these numbers, which Euler proved is equal to pi squared over 6. The differences between these numbers are increasing consecutively, odd numbers. These are only integers with an odd number of factors. For 10 points, name these numbers that are equal to another number times itself.
Perfect squares.
Is correct.
You're welcome.
All right.
Does it say number times number?
Doesn't make you feel good when you do that.
Yeah.
Bonus question. For 10 points each, name these African American poets. This poet asked, what happens to a dream deferred? In his poem Harlem. In another poem, he wrote, my soul has grown deep like the rivers.
Johnson.
Is incorrect.
Robert Frost.
Is incorrect.
No, no, Langston Hughes.
Is
Oh my
Langston
gosh.
Hughes. You got it.
I'm disappointed in myself, and I'm disappointed in you.
Here, why don't you go?
Yeah, that is worthy of a sad face over here.
Bonus 2. This poet read her poem on the pulse of morning at Bill Clinton's inauguration. She wrote an autobiography titled, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings.
Sylvia Plath.
Is incorrect.
Maya Angelou.
Is correct.
I'm sorry, what?
This is really what?
Oh.
You were in my class. You were in my class. You were in my class.
I didn't take this class, okay?
Wait, what?
Me
Wait,
and
why is
Sylvia
it?
Sylvia Plath, African American poet.
Well, duh.
I didn't say
her,
anything.
but we didn't know.
Yeah, we
You should have known.
Charlie, don't hurt me. I wasn't in there.
My gosh.
Here we go,
That's
guys.
a sad face.
No.
Bonus 3. This African American poet of the Bean Eaters also wrote, we, Jazz June, we die soon. In her poem, we real cool.
Is it Yar Jesse?
Is incorrect. Rebound.
If I know her face, does that count?
Time.
Is it Gwendolyn?
It is Gwendolyn Brooks.
Just listen, you don't
You're not a champion
Yeah.
anymore.
AJ, get out of my seat.
Teacher.
You've been dethroned.
But you
You've been dethroned.
Yeah.
What was the only other one I could think of?
I've actually been
Recess.
answering
You-
questions that I've known questions.
Here we go. Toss up 7. Buzzer's ready. We can switch it up. Okay, here we go. In one story, this deity transformed into a deer to trick the giant Otis and Iphialites into killing each other. This goddess turned the hunter Actaeon into a stag for spying on her while bathing, and she was born on the island of Ortygia, I guess, a day before her twin brother, the god of the sun.
Is it Artemis?
Is correct. And good for you.
No,
'cause
I
butchered that.
couldn't tell. I couldn't tell it was Greek
on your
or
rating.
Nordic. So I
That's
either Freya. I couldn't. I was gonna guess Artemis or Freya.
I know.
I had no clue.
All right,
When you said goddess
bonus,
and deer, I knew it was either Freya.
bonus to the faculty. For 10 points each, name these Texas cities home to major universities. This Texas city is home to the state's flagship university and hosts a Formula One Grand Prix. It has been the capital of Texas since 1837. Prompt
Oh, Austin.
is correct.
It is. I was like,
Bonus
no, no,
number,
it's not.
bonus number 2. Texas Christian University is located in this North Texas city, which makes up the state's largest metro area, along with Dallas, which is located just east of it. Is correct.
Dallas is not in North Texas.
Sorry.
Kind of. It's kind of more in the northern part of the state. Here we go. Texas Tech is found in the northwest Texas city, which is also known as the birthplace of Buddy Holly and the home of the National College Baseball Hall of Fame. Interstate 27 runs north from this city to Amarillo. Is incorrect. Rebound.
Austin.
Is incorrect. It is Lubbock.
That was Dallas.
Yeah.
By the way, can I answer your question?
So, as of right now, it is faculty showing why they are the teachers.
Oh, you
At
wrote
50.
these down before.
He tailored the questions. He's like, all right, Miss Griggs, you're gonna have a question about this.
I just walked into the room. I'm like, how's it going, guys?
We have to prove something to these
Hey,
kids.
after one more question, you guys need to rotate again.
Reset.
Reset. Thank you. Here we go. Buzzers ready for the next toss-up. This artist founded a movement with George B-R-A-Q-U-E Broke, and the suicide of his friend Carlos Casagemas inspired his blue period. This artist depicted a melancholy musician in his The Old guitars.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Is incorrect.
Picasso?
Is correct.
You failed.
I almost did it after the period. I know.
Why'd you guess Leonardo da Vinci?
I thought it was, I mixed it up with a different one. No, because that's not even right now.
They'll put the bonus for who's going now. All right, here we go. Bonus to the faculty. This comedian worked on The Daily Show as a correspondent with both Jon Stewart and Trevor Noah. For 10 points each, name this Indian Muslim comedian who hosted a weekly TV show, Patriot Act, on Netflix before it was canceled in the summer of 2020.
Hassan Minaj?
Is correct.
You're welcome. Champions. I don't even know who that is. I'm glad you could pronounce it because I could. Well, he had a whole thing with like his name, like Ellen or somebody mispronounced the name. If you can name Ansel Elgort to have his name the right way, you can pronounce it. Was the thing. It's fine.
That's the other reason she did.
Minaj was the featured speaker at the 2017 edition of this event, where he called Donald Trump the liar-in-chief. This annual event is traditionally hosted by a comedian and features the president delivering a routine where he makes fun of himself. Prompt. Answer.
The press thing.
Is incorrect. Rebound.
State of the Union address.
It is the White House. It is not.
That is a joke sometimes.
Yeah.
It is a joke sometimes.
It is the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Oh.
Really?
All right. And
What do you mean? Get
bonus
one.
number 3. Shh. Bonus number 3. Perhaps the most famous Correspondents' Dinner speech was this comedian's 2006 roast of George W. Bush. This man hosted a satirical namesake report before replacing David Letterman as the host of The Late Show.
Stephen Colbert.
Is correct.
People know this stuff.
Because I am the champion. Because we're old.
You know,
You question.
Where's Josh?
I do.
You know better.
I question your knowledge.
Okay.
Josh, you want that?
Question 10, and then after this one, we'll just take a real short break. Okay. 10. Buzzers ready? Here we go. This quantity is equal to an internal energy plus pressure times volume. Hess's law states that the change in this quantity is independent of the steps used in the chemical reaction. And Gibbs free energy is equal to this value minus the product of temperature and entropy. For 10 points, identify this thermodynamic quantity which represents heat transfer,
Infiltrate?
is correct. That a boy.
Wait, that was a, what, say it again?
Infiltrate.
That's a.
Don't worry.
It's the amount of energy gained in a reaction.
Well, it's
The
gonna be
pressure
that's
part
gonna be
threw
me
me off
next
a
year.
little
'Cause
bit,
I'm
but
assuming you
I was
learn
like, I know
that.
it's
I'm assuming you know that from him too.
Here we go. Last bonus before the break goes to the students. In 2020, several fan sites dedicated to this author's work announced that they would stop promoting her personally. For 10 points each, name this British author who has been criticized recently for transphobic comments she made on Twitter. She used a pseudonym to write about the detective Cormoran Strike.
Hey, Rowell.
Is correct.
Shame on her.
Rowling, right? Rowling, okay. Is best known for writing this series, whose title character goes to the magic school Hogwarts and fights the evil Voldemort.
Harry Potter.
What's that?
Harry Potter.
Is correct.
That one was a tough
Oh my
one.
God,
I knew
AJ,
it.
you're so good.
That didn't say anything.
Rowling has also been criticized for her use of anti-Semitic stereotypes. Man, she's just stereotypes in Harry Potter to depict the goblin employees of one of these businesses, which is revealed to be the location of the Cup of Hufflepuff.
That's right.
That's correct.
Why do you know that?
That's what I
So, going into our short break here, we have the teachers at 1:07, the students at 9. Closing the gap a little bit, guys. Yeah, we'll just take a couple minutes.
Your mama will be so proud of you.
Maybe she's
You
watching
guys
this
are doing,
screen.
hey,
AJ, I want my chair back. I want my coat chair back.
Oh, man.
I'll end you. Oh, there's my phone.
Be careful.
Don't worry. My phone is literally invincible.
Did I didn't know that.
No, my phone was in my pocket. It was in my pocket. My
Oh, okay, no, it's not my phone. It's a third phone.
You like those?
Oh.
Aren't those cool?
Oh.
I got a couple more.
So,
If you haven't checked your mailbox. Aren't they cool? It's just little note cards that I got off of Amazon, and it's just, it's mystery, like you don't know what books you're gonna get or whatever, and it's just old like photocopies of like library and comics cards and stuff. So I went through a bunch of them, and I was like, oh, maybe what I just want, and I put them in everybody's mailbox.
So cool. So fun. I'm so grateful.
I know, I was like, oh my god. I got some more. Well, I went through, and because like we have different tastes, and I was like, I hate this book, maybe you'll love it. Yeah. And it is very true.
Oh my gosh, I love your shirt.
Hi, how are you?
You're right. Whenever they ask the Warhol question, like I looked at comments, I just to Deja.
This is very sweet.
It is.
It tastes like rotting my teeth as I drink it. All the sugar in it. Right there. Okay, thank you. Hey, I have a question for you.
I have answers.
That's why we
They
would
might
have
not be the right ones, but I have answers.
Hey, not next week, the following week. Next week is 15, and the following week, whatever that third Tuesday is. Oops, sorry, dear. We're doing this again, but it's gonna be with admin, and we're short one person. We'll be on the admin team.
You get
You get to play with Ergel and Dandaran and Rumsey.
plus you get to go against me and Thomas.
I'll send you an email. If you don't want to, just say you can't.
I couldn't think of one of you, let alone two of you.
But I'll send you an email. If you don't want to, just say you can't have time or anything. Just I'll just.
Just right after school.
Yes, right now we just will be done here.
Probably won't answer.
Right? Yeah. So. You have Ergel, you won't be able to talk. So.
You got plans?
Here we go, Pizza Hut.
Between Ergel and Rumsey. Hey,
You guys like some Cellar Bowl in a couple weeks?
I'm trying to get Marcus to be on the admin team. We need one person.
Go for it, yeah.
I'll do it. Awesome.
Nice.
We're gonna lose though.
Because I think we're short one person on that team.
I think so, yeah.
You realize how many years it's been
Because
since I was.
Miranda was like, really?
I've been married for
It was a no-go.
I'll reset.
Seriously?
When are they gonna
Hey, can, Deja sit in your seat for, like,
Yeah.
more questions?
Yeah.
Here, Ava.
Should I go out?
Hey, you wanna come back in over here?
Shall I sit?
Ava?
Am I coming back in? Yeah, come back in for Ava for like 3 or 4 questions.
You have more people on your team that are not here tonight?
Yeah, but I feel like Ava should be
Yeah,
in.
We're not switching based on.
got a couple people on COVID and somebody else had a story conflict.
Hey.
Okay, I'm sorry, we have,
Never know.
we're losing my 6 questions.
Y'all.
Is William on the team this year?
We'll do like 4 questions and then,
I'm not
put Ava back in and you back in for the last one.
Okay, where is that?
I know it all.
I need to ask him.
You listen to
Huh?
You know who Thor's parents are?
I was.
Odin and.
New kid that I
Oh, not
recommended.
Why did I say Thor?
Oh, we got.
Oh my god.
And I don't even, I
There you
can't.
go. No. Okay, sorry.
Right? Why you didn't come
I
out?
sent out like a,
Other times. 15,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
I sent out an email.
And he's not such a great guy.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. Those guys' children crying.
Rodeo, but Harry Bell fun.
All eight of them.
Honey, you ready? We're ready to roll.
We ready?
I would,
We ready here, guys? I want to go ahead and just,
Oh, Miss Curly's.
oh, she's,
Yeah, we can't play without the champion.
Can't play without
the
the
team has a huge hole in it right now.
I'm back.
They
I'm
need,
here.
they need the champion
I
to answer
needed
all the
snacks.
short questions in existence. All the questions.
Champ needs fuel.
Scholarable in a nutshell.
Here you
50% literature. The 50%
There we go.
visual.
We ready, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Second round, and it is a toss-up, so buzzer's ready. This man was one of the leaders of the capture of Fort Ticonderoga, and he married Peggy Shippen, a loyalist and close friend of British military leader John Andre. For 10 points each, name this Revolutionary War traitor who
Benedict Arnold.
is correct.
Oh,
Did you know it? Did you know it?
He went straight for it.
The battle
I didn't
of Ticonderoga,
Yeah,
that's
he-
Ticonderoga
he-
pencils.
The only reason I know that is because I
Boys,
just
they go
read
up
this
to
in
the-
book with my son.
Green
in
Mountain
fifth grade.
Boys.
I just read a book and I was like, I know this name, I know this name.
Benedict Arnold. You won't hear ministry books.
Here we go. Bonus to the faculty. This man's composition, Lazy Bird, may have been harmonically inspired by the Tad Dameron standard Lady Bird. For 10 points each, name this jazz saxophonist whose album includes Giant Steps, A Love Supreme, and Ascension.
That's our
Is it correct?
Read out.
Go ahead and start cleaning that.
Correct. It is John Coltrane.
Oh, that's interesting.
Miss Curly.
Coltrane is such a cool last name. Not
Isn't
gonna
that a cool
lie.
last name?
That sounds like something like a warrior would have as like a last name. I don't know
Bonus
why.
2. On a 1961 album, Coltrane recorded a modal jazz version of My Favorite Things, a song from this Rodgers and Hammerstein musical about the Von Trapp family.
Yes, that would be The Sound of Music, Alex. What is The Sound of Music?
John's wife, Alice Coltrane, was an accomplished jazz musician in her own right, who played piano and this other instrument, similar to a L-Y-R-A, what is that? Lyre, thank you, that's that. The concert variety of this large stringed instrument has pedals and is played by clucking.
Okay, thank you.
Are you gonna come back time? All right. You're gonna come back. You got it.
Next toss-up, buzzer's ready. The narrator of this book ends it by declaring, "I am haunted by humans." In this novel, Rudy pretends to be Jesse Owens by covering himself in charcoal and running 100 meters. This novel's protagonist is the sole survivor of her neighborhood's destruction in an Allied bomb raid. Death is the narrator of, for 10 points, what
The book fee.
is correct?
I knew it!
I should have seen her.
Was the book thief one of the things in the?
I read it.
We're supposed to say?
I read it in 8th grade. It's like this big.
I know the book. Like,
It's been a long time since I've read that.
Yeah.
It's been a hot
No,
minute.
it's Zeus.
Marcus Zuzek, yeah.
No, I mean the main character. Her name was.
Like Liesel.
Liesel or
Something like that.
Bonus questions to the faculty. Lebanon lies on the east bank of this large sea that divides North Africa from southern Europe. Sicily, Sardinia, Corsica, and Cyprus are large islands in this sea, which is connected to the Atlantic Ocean by the Straits of Gibraltar.
You want me to do it Mediterranean?
Is correct?
I'm gonna cry.
It's
Every
not
single
that
time
It's not that deep.
toss-ups come, y'all get the easiest things. You had
You had Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Next bonus question to the faculty. Lebanon's second largest city shares its name with this other Mediterranean city, the capital of Libya.
Jordan.
Is incorrect. Boris is incorrect. It is Tripoli. Last bonus question. The flag of Lebanon depicts one of these trees, the national emblem of Lebanon. Mesopotamia mythology identified a forest of these trees in modern-day Lebanon as the home of the gods.
Olive? Question mark?
Is incorrect. Exclamation point.
Evergreen?
Is incorrect. It is a cedar tree.
Cedar. And cedar. Yeah, right?
Why the most boring tree?
Mythology, olives.
Boring tree.
All right, here we go.
This is a logical answer.
Toss up 13, buzzers ready. Yeah. This country's island of Surtsey was formed in the 1980s by a volcanic eruption. This country's largest airport was converted from a U.S. naval base in the town of Keflavik. Air travel in Europe was disrupted by a 2010 eruption of this country's volcano. Oh my God. Ijaflalojokull. Numerous geysers are found on for 10 points. What North Atlantic island country with the capital Reykjavik?
Iceland.
Is correct.
Was oh my god part of the name?
Oh my. I didn't know anything else.
All right, here we go. Bonus to the faculty. Answer some questions about chemistry lab techniques for 10 points each. This technique separates substances by boiling point and includes fractional, steam, and short path versions. This process is also used in the manufacture of hard liquor to remove water and increase the alcohol content. Is correct.
See, keep
Next bonus.
It's 55 degrees
Did you know that one?
Yeah.
A common lab demo involving separating different dyes in pink ink usually uses this lab technique where a mobile phase flows past a stationary phase. It is derived from the Greek word
You
for
better
color.
know this. You better know this.
No.
Is correct.
I didn't know. Not even 2 weeks ago.
Feels a little bit unfair.
Third bonus.
No, we're the champions. We're fine. We are a team. We're a team.
We might.
Filtration, a technique used to separate suspended solids from liquids, is often achieved with the help of one of these devices. Another kind of these devices are used as household cleaning appliances and operate by creating a region in which there is no air in order to suck materials through them. Is correct.
We're gonna make I'm gonna cry.
Do it.
All right. We are.
One more question. I need you guys to rotate out.
All right. Over there. Okay, toss up. Buzzer's ready. In this city, the Etemenanki Temple and the Ishtar Gate were constructed by King Nebuchadnezzar after a ruler of this city destroyed Solomon's temple. The Jews suffered a namesake captivity in this city. Legal principles like an eye for an eye were established in this city by its ruler, Hammurabi. For 10 points, name this Mesopotamian city home to some legendary hanging gardens.
Babylon?
Is correct.
What was
I was gonna say
Babylon.
I was about to say
Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Gardens of Babylon.
I was thinking Alexandria first, and then when he said hanging gardens.
And then the Assyrians came and destroyed it all.
Right. They say it wasn't really possible though.
I mean, you look at the system, the water system through that, and when they say.
But they were saying the water flowed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, there was no way.
Not with
I
that
mean, the Athenian
mindset
way
there.
kind of worked that way.
Anything is possible if you just.
Here we go.
For a conversion.
Okay, here we go. Bonus for the students. In one story, an Ulsterian hero prevented Queen Maeve from stealing one of these animals by fighting her entire army in a series of single combats. For 10 points each, name these animals, which include Don Kulno. In Greek mythology, the three-headed Geryon owned a magnificent red herd of these livestock animals.
Cow.
Prompt.
Bull.
Oh,
I just need you to say what you said before.
oh, cow.
Is correct.
More like specific,
Well,
like
there's only
maybe
one
it's,
other kind of animal.
I know, right?
Those cows are bull.
Second bonus question. This hero defended Ulster during the cattle raid. Born Sitanta, this hero wielded the fearsome spear Guy Bold and received his name after killing a guard dog.
Leonidas.
Is incorrect.
George.
Is incorrect. It is Ku Kulin.
Cooling.
I'm digging that.
It sounds like cooling.
Yeah. Last bonus.
Oh, yeah.
Ku Kulin is a central figure in the mythology of this island. Fionn MacCool consumes the salmon of knowledge in another myth from this Celtic island.
Prompt.
Ireland.
Is correct.
There's no other Celtic island that I can think of.
Okay, who's rotating out? Two.
Celtic.
I need two of you to rotate out. Ava! Ava!
This is yours.
I need somebody to
No, Troy's in here.
You ready to go there? I didn't even get
No,
out.
you're coming here. She's rotating.
Right here?
Nose goes, let's go. Let's see. Okay, looks like
Eeny,
no.
meeny, miny, moe.
We got it.
If no one else was.
We'll do two and then rotate him out and then sit, okay?
Yeah, we got 5 questions.
Yeah, we got 5 questions left.
Toss up, buzzers ready? Extremely powerful examples of these devices use a beam of electrons rather than the light because of their lower wavelengths.
Laser.
Now, so
He can finish
are you-
reading
Why
it.
don't you finish reading?
Okay, I can do that. Specimens can be mounted on transparent glass. Slides to be viewed using these devices. Antoine von Leeuwenhoek discovered cell structures and microorganisms using, for 10 points, what devices used to look at very small objects?
That would be a microscope.
Correct.
Are you sure?
My favorite device. My favorite device is the laser. I love using the laser.
Here we go.
Well, you didn't.
Miss Fleming did.
Bonus
Pushing the thing.
to the faculty. Light is frequently described as the propagation of both this quantity and its magnetic counterpart. For 10 points each, name this vector quantity equal to the gradient of electrical potential. Faraday's law states that a change in magnetic field causes this quantity to be non-zero.
tuned out halfway through discussing. I don't know. Of course, he's gonna say it, and I know it.
Prompt.
I don't know.
Voltage.
Is incorrect, it is electric field.
Electric fields.
Bonus 2. Electric field lines are drawn pointing away from charges with this property and toward negative charges.
So those are
What did you guess?
Oh, away from negative? Is that what you said?
He can't repeat himself.
So, oh, positive.
Is correct.
Let's see if that one.
I'm like,
I'll even
that's
worse
hard to
going
say.
inside.
That's what I was
Bonus
thinking.
3. Within a conductor, the electric field is always equal to this value.
Zero.
Is correct.
Fun.
They would know. Oh.
Okay. Toss up. 16. Buzzer's ready. As mayor of his country's largest city, this politician created a bike share program that was nicknamed for him. Sajid Javid resigned from this man's cabinet out of anger at his advisor, Dominic Cummings. In April 2020, this world leader was moved to intensive care after contracting COVID-19. The successor to Theresa May is, for 10 points, what current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom?
Boris Johnson.
Is correct.
Did you
Champions!
I could picture him in my head.
Like he can send the answer to you.
You see, Johnson would have worked. I told you, always go Johnson.
I was like, I have the face. He's got the weird hair. Like, he's got the weird hair.
I think we got a logo for next year. Something great.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Always
No, that's what I was talking about earlier with literature. I was like, I just say Johnson because there are a lot of Johnsons.
Yeah. Johnson or Smith, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna hit it. All right, here we go. To the faculty, bonus. For 10 points each, answer some questions about the presidency of John F. Kennedy. In 1963, Kennedy gave a speech in this city in which he famously declared, "Ich bin ein," to the residents of the city. During the Cold War, a wall separated the east and west halves of this German capital city.
Can you say it? Berlin.
Is correct.
Ich bin ein
Berliner.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
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 am a
And
Berliner.
in some parts of the country, it's a donut. And so it's like, I am a jelly donut. But it's also grammatically correct in German to say that.
Interesting.
I thought you were an English teacher.
I minored in
I
German.
think she just, I think she just audibly cited her source.
I think Miss Turley is actually.
Turley? No, Turley's a robot.
Y'all should know that by now, right?
Bonus. Here we go. The Kennedy administration approved this failed 1961 invasion of Cuba, led by Cuban exiles, which increased tensions leading to the Cuban Missile Crisis.
The Bay of Pigs.
Is correct. Bonus 3. Kennedy gave a speech in which he compared this action to Rice University playing Texas in football, saying that we chose to do this action and the other thing not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Johnson.
Rebound.
Lyndon B. Johnson. Right?
Is incorrect. It is, we chose to go to the moon.
I thought it was something to do with, like, do the right thing. Is that...
I was about to say, let me guess the next question. What city was he assassinated in?
Here we go, guys. Got to switch it. All right.
By the time he gets done, you're like,
They can be
that
out.
was first one. Yeah.
I don't want to be in there anymore.
Question 17. The book, okay, we got the buzzer right here. The book and the band played on criticized this president's lack of response to HIV/AIDS epidemic, which first became widespread during his administration.
Ronald Reagan.
Is correct.
Yeah, I wasn't alive, but I know.
All right. Bonus to the faculty. Despite its lack of precision, this scale is often used among geologists. For 10 points, name this scale used to measure the hardness of various minerals. It works on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 the softest and on the scale, and that being talc.